some important news to tell you, okay? There's a baby in Mama's tummy.
What?
Yeah, baby. You're gonna have a little brother or sister. Is that cool? Yeah? Are you excited? The baby's gonna be growing. Right now it's really, really small. Like the size of a little poppy seed. Kind of like a chia seed. It's really small inside of mommy and it's gonna keep growing and growing and mama's tummy's gonna get bigger over the next 9 months.
Open that.
Open my tummy.
She said it. She said it.
You feel something in
In
there?
my belly button. Is it the baby?
Oh, yeah.
Can you say hi to the baby?
Hi. Hi, the baby. Baba, baby. Baba, baba.
You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine.
Hey lovelies, I'm Lisa and welcome to my channel, Lovely Channel. Today I am sharing with you a pregnancy update / pregnancy Q&A. So I'm going to be updating you on basically my pregnancy up until this point. I just hit 28 weeks, so 7 months. I just entered my 3rd trimester of pregnancy. So I'm going to let you know how my first 2 trimesters have gone. And also answer some questions you guys had for me in my pregnancy announcement video. And if you have not seen that, I will have that linked below so you can check it out. So like I said in the intro, I am 28 weeks pregnant when I am filming this. 7 months, just entered my 3rd trimester, and baby is the size of a coconut. I can definitely feel her. I've been feeling her move around for quite some time now, probably actually a couple of months, but she's been getting more and more active. She kicks a lot, and then she gets in these really weird positions where like she has like an elbow or a foot or whatever sticking out. And honestly, it's actually been a little bit painful, some of her movements, because she likes to press on my back a lot and it's been hitting nerves. I've been having some sciatica, so I'm going to be going to the chiropractor for that soon, thankfully, because it has been giving me some hip and back issues. But baby girl is doing really good. She's healthy. All my blood tests and all the ultrasounds I've had done, her heart rate, everything is looking healthy and good. Thank you, Jesus. And hopefully she continues to be healthy and has a nice and healthy delivery as well. I just had my 28-week prenatal appointment today. It was pretty just like routine. Got to hear baby's heartbeat, and it was funny because when the nurse was putting the Doppler to hear her heartbeat, we like heard her heartbeat twice, and then you just hear this boom, and I could feel her. She just like kicked the Doppler like right where it was at. It was so funny. And then I did show this a little bit in my pregnancy announcement, but I thought I'd share it here too. This is the most recent ultrasound we have of her. This was actually still a while back. This was back in September that we had this done. So she's gotten bigger since then, but you can see her head here, her body, her legs. There she is. And this was the I'm a girl shot. We actually knew before we had this ultrasound done that we were having a baby girl because I had the, what is the blood test called? It checks for like different birth defects and stuff, but it also tells the sex of the baby. I cannot even think of what the test is called right now, but we had that done, so we did get to find out that we were having a girl pretty early on. However, Brylan like knew we were having a girl. I was like hoping and praying for a girl, but Brylan just knew. He's like, nope, we're having a girl. It's definitely a girl. God's blessed us with a baby girl this time. He was just so sure from the very beginning, and he was right. So symptoms, just like more recent symptoms that I've been having. I've started having some Braxton Hicks, which is just kind of like your body getting ready for contractions and for labor, but it's just like your stomach kind of tightens up. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I'm like, is that her like pressing out or is that a Braxton Hicks? But you can kind of feel it, like it just like tightens up. So I've been having that. And then like I said, the sciatica has been a downside. And then I'm definitely have been tired. I've actually been kind of tired this whole pregnancy though. And I will talk about some other symptoms I've had like in like the first couple months of this pregnancy. Bri, when you're editing this, just erase that last part I said because I don't know what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna get into a few questions. The first one is, are you planning a repeat C-section or a VBAC? So this is kind of up in the air right now. I would really like a VBAC, and that's kind of like what Brylan and I, like the conclusion we've come to, like from the beginning, we were talking about having a VBAC, but there are some other complications. My nurse was actually like originally advising me that I should do a C-section just because it seems like with River, he was a really big baby, and there's a possibility that this baby's going to be big as well. We'll see. That's not a guarantee, obviously. That's kind of why I was wanting to try for a VBAC, but she was still supportive of me wanting to try that. So it was really just up to us what we want to do. But the complications come in. Living in California, there are certain rules at the hospitals that have to deal with a certain virus that can greatly affect how my labor and delivery go, sadly. So that is like a huge factor actually in how we're deciding what to do. And so we're in the process of still deciding that. I know we need to decide soon, but there actually is a possibility that I will do a scheduled C-section, even though I originally wanted to do a VBAC, but we don't know yet. Hopefully we'll know in the next couple of weeks. We're just like praying about it because some other factors came up, and so we're just trying to figure out what is the best thing. So if you guys can be praying for us with all that too. I just need some wisdom and discernment on what is going to be best for myself and the baby, and then like with the other factors going into play, because basically we want to make sure Bri is going to be able to be at the birth of our baby. That's like a big factor because there's things that could prevent that. So, and then the second question is, what are we most looking forward to? Man, just having another baby. Like we want to grow our family and have more children. So I'm just so excited to have a newborn baby again. I feel like we're out and I see like the little babies and I'm like, oh, I miss that. Like River's just gotten so big. Like he grew so fast. So I'm excited to have a little baby again. And then of course, just to have a girl, it's going to be a different experience. You know, we had River's a boy, and then now we get to have like the girl experience. So it's just kind of fun getting to do all like the bows and the cute outfits and stuff. So it's just a different experience. And I'm really looking forward to River getting to have a sibling. He is just so helpful and sweet, and he is looking forward to having a little sister like so much. He's just really excited, and I know he's just gonna be a good helper to me when she's here. So I could totally just see him wanting to help me with everything. And Bri is excited to have his daddy's girl because River is definitely a mama's boy, and so Bri wants his daddy's girl, so he's excited about that. The next question is, any nerves about having a baby with all the stuff going on in the world today? So yes, I will say definitely thoughts come into my head, nervousness, some anxiety will sometimes come into my head when I just like look at our world today and where it's potentially going, like, you know, getting even worse. It seems like day by day, like literally it's just getting worse each day. However, that would never stop me from growing our family. God is bigger than anything that is going on in the world today. So I would never want fear or nerves to stop. One, his commandment for us to be fruitful and multiply. What our world needs right now is more babies, more kids that are being raised by godly families, and hopefully these kids will grow up and be God-fearing people and will be able to make a difference in this world and disciple others and share the gospels. That is what I look forward to. It's like, even though our world is getting darker right now, we have the chance to be a huge light in this world and for our children to be huge lights in this world. So that's like my greater hope, like beyond just looking at like the things that are going on right now. Honestly, I feel like because our world is the way it is, it fuels me even more as a mom. It makes me even more passionate about my job as a mom to disciple our kids. I feel like I'm just like that much more passionate about it. The last question I have here is, any big differences in this pregnancy versus the last? Yes. I would say for the most part, this pregnancy has actually felt a lot more tough than my first pregnancy. So just as far as my symptoms go and everything. So my last pregnancy with River, I definitely had morning sickness. Like I did get like sick almost every day during the first trimester, but like I would get sick and then I would feel like mostly okay. And then it carried over like maybe a week or two into the second trimester, but then I felt so good. Like my second trimester, I felt amazing. Third trimester, I felt pretty good, but I just started to get more tired, kind of like just the normal tired and like hormonal stuff. I did get like hormonal in my third trimester with River. This pregnancy, my morning sickness during the first trimester was way worse than my first one. Now, I could still like eat. I never got dehydrated. I never felt like I was like starving or anything. Like I was able to eat and drink stuff eventually throughout the day. But I would have days where literally I had to be in bed all day because I felt so sick, and I did not have that with River. So it was really weird. Like it was like this, like one day I would feel okay, like the queasiness and the nauseousness never completely went away, but there was days I felt a little better, but then like the next day it was so bad. So, and then the tiredness was really bad. So I just felt miserable the first trimester, and then it carried over into the second trimester a little bit. It finally went away, but I never felt like I had that second trimester energy burst that I had with my first pregnancy. I was still just kind of tired. And then now that I've just entered the third trimester, I feel a little better, but I've actually had like another wave of nausea, just like last week. I got sick like 3 or 4 times each day. It was really random. It's like it happens at the same time each day, like mid-morning. So I don't know where that's come from because I did not have that at all when I was pregnant with River. And then just been, kind of tired. Like in the afternoons I get tired, and I have definitely felt little like hormonal mood swings. Sorry, Brylan. Poor Bri has to like deal with my hormones, and I know when I'm feeling hormonal too. Like I'll tell them and be like sorry babe if I'm like acting weird right now, I'm like hormonal. Or like there's been a couple times where I've like broken down crying just because like the hormones, and he's been super sweet and helpful with that, but I know he has to like kind of put up with me right now. So I hope you enjoyed this pregnancy update, and if you want to see a couple more of these before baby girl gets here, or if there's any other pregnancy or baby related videos you would like to see, please leave those ideas in the comments below. Or if there's any questions you want me to answer, leave those in the comments, because I'm kind of trying to plan out some other pregnancy videos, so I want to know if you guys want to see them and what specifically you would like to see, so I can make sure to film those before baby girl gets here. And yeah, I think that's it. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Again, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to never miss a video, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.